Some people believe that if they stay on the right road, the world will shower them with riches and adulation. But INFJs are aware of this, for they will be pushed over their limitations by being their finest selves. Make some people uncomfortable for them and push some individuals out of their lives. Here are 10 characteristics of a true INFJ at their best. Number 10. They will find it difficult to communicate with others who disagree with their evolution. INFJs will start to feel less at ease around specific persons in their lives as they start to reach their full potential. They no longer tolerate people who refuse to play and fail to recognize their development. One of the many indications that they have already attained their most advanced levels is that they struggle with others who don't share their ideals. Unavoidably, some people who were once close to the INFJ will misinterpret their positive changes. They treat individuals unfairly because they develop so quickly, outgrow some, and leave others behind. But is this the fault of INFJs? No, improving and evolving is normal. Stagnation, inactivity, and an inability to advance are not normal. INFJs will therefore understand that others who sincerely want them to succeed will change as well. Additionally, those that are unsupportive will inherently feel frightened, scared, and jealous. In fact, the INFJ's evident success can make family and friends resentful. INFJs must, however, have the strength and maturity to not take things personally. Number 9. They start to prioritize happiness over wealth and fame. Like all people, INFJs formerly aspired to wealth and fame. Every child wants to live the best life possible, and they believe that by having money, they could achieve this. However, self-actualization happens when INFJs grow older and become disassociated from all these materialistic desires. When INFJ is in this frame of mind, their priorities will change, and they will start planning their days so that they can be content and enjoy life to the fullest, despite the fact that it could make INFJs appear unmotivated and less ambitious. This is an indication of character growth. INFJs aren't less ambitious since they pursue true happiness rather than material success. The reality is that they are refocusing on the issues that are important to their soul, heart, and spirit. Do you strive to live each day to the fullest as an INFJ? Number 8. There will be times of synchronicity for them. INFJs are aware that when they have synchronistic experiences, they will be at their best. For instance, they can encounter a chance they never anticipated or hear something that they can't help but associate with a sign of success. They are beginning to understand during this process that building the life they truly desire involves more than just having control over the results, while also mastering the art of letting everything else be. INFJs are aware that there is frequently a plan that is better and more effective than their own, but that they won't be able to perceive the change until they have given up. Number 7. They feel a greater sense of clarity. INFJs won't dispute their place in people's lives or the veracity of their thoughts until they evolve into their finest selves. They won't second-guess themselves or question their beliefs anymore. They will notice things about themselves at this time that they have never seen before. They will also come across skills they had never idea they were capable of. They may investigate journaling, self-affirmations, meditation, and other mindfulness techniques as they grow in self-awareness and compassion that improve their health. The thing about INFJs is that they never settle in confusion, animosity, or sorrow. Instead, they always strive for clarity and improvement. And as they fulfill their potential to become better human beings, issues that have long baffled them will gradually start to make sense to them and become easier for them to handle, up until they become obvious. If you're an INFJ, does self-improvement also help you understand your purpose more clearly? Number 6. They pick their companions wisely. Being their most authentic selves doesn't make someone more accepting of others. It doesn't make the INFJ the most gregarious and hospitable personality. Instead, it helps people become more aware of their boundaries and intentional in their relationships. When people reach self-actualization, their standards harden and they become quite specific about what they will and won't put up with. Because of this, they start to be more selective about who they let access to their lives. The INFJ values inner tranquility above all else because of how easily they are worn out by social situations. Therefore, they realize many things about their relationships as a result of their self-actualization, because they only take people who are kind, truthful, and sensitive. Number 5. They concentrate on more important things. INFJs will stop wasting their time on unimportant things when they are at their best. They no longer expend their energy on individuals or circumstances that won't ultimately matter. Instead, they concentrate on higher, loftier objectives that will benefit the majority, their loved ones, and themselves. These more ambitious objectives frequently involve revolutionary projects that upend neighborhoods, businesses, and industries, a majority of which encourage others to follow suit. INFJs have a tendency to look at the broad picture rather than the sum of the parts, and to view success as a matter of common good rather than individual benefit. This is why they devote their entire lives to a mission or other clearly defined goal. The finest part is that these objectives transcend beyond mere ridiculous ambitions. Instead, they are achievable, reachable, and realistic tasks. Don't you feel overwhelmed as an INFJ when you begin aiming for the bigger things? Number 4. They develop greater creativity. INFJs are naturally creative, but they frequently lack the self-assurance to show it. However, people can ultimately actualize their creative abilities through self-actualization, and no one can stop them from doing so. INFJs may have grown weary of suppressing their imaginative creativity because of the worry that they may face prejudice or be rejected due to societal norms. Additionally, when people develop their character, the opinions of others no longer stand in their way. They can now do whatever they want without being hindered by it. INFJs have a talent for intuiting and coming up with original solutions to circumstances and issues. When they are at their most creative, they are no longer constrained by what other people think. By any means necessary, they follow their hobbies and ambitions, inspiring those with different personality types to do the same. Number 3. They grow more appreciative. Instead of considering the experiences of each day to be routine, INFJs who have achieved self-actualization are continually filled with excitement and awe. They are better able to keep a positive outlook on life, rather than allowing worldly concerns to bring them down. They preserve a sense of appreciation and thanks for the things they have, and the things they are capable of. This is why no one can, without the self-actualized INFJ's consent, make them furious, miserable, or dissatisfied. These highly advanced beings are capable of accepting who they are as well as their potential. Instead of putting their happiness in the hands of other people's actions or presence, they have fun and live life to the fullest. And they continue to be grateful for the things that went well even if they don't receive what they want or things don't go as planned. Does having gratitude double your happiness as an INFJ? Number 2. They become more alienated and independent. When INFJs reach their pinnacle of excellence, they stop pleading for love, adoration, and acceptance. They will eventually come to terms with the fact that other people's emotions are conflicted, fleeting, and superficial, and have little to do with their own value. INFJs will keep in mind that how others treat or perceive them determines how valuable they are to themselves. This is why they are able to quickly end a relationship that is harmful to their well-being. They won't take offense at others' negative behaviors because such only reflect on other people's character, not their own. They don't dwell on their unhappy relationships. Instead, they move on and put themselves first. Number 1. They adopt an unrepentantly non-conforming stance. INFJs who are self-actualized do not become fearless or lose their fears. Instead, it makes individuals more resilient and prepared to take on the challenge of shattering stereotypical beliefs and useless conventions. The INFJ still worries about being dismissed by others and losing plenty of friends. Does this, however, prevent them from making a stand? No, INFJs who are at their best are unstoppable when it comes to expressing their unusual viewpoints and uncommon beliefs. They won't think twice about doing anything if it can considerably benefit society. This demonstrates the potency of the INFJ's bravery and attitude toward nonconformity. Does being a nonconformist make you lose friends if you're an INFJ? Realizing their best self may be difficult because it requires letting go of some connections and stepping into the unknown. INFJs who have achieved self-actualization, however, can attest that it will all be worthwhile. Do you believe you are performing at your peak level right now as an INFJ? How does it feel?